Hi, my name is Kang Yi-jung. Today I want to introduce you about the hanbok, the Korean traditional clothes. Since ancient times, the three East Asian countries have different directions that values traditionally pursued. So cultural differences about clothing are revealed in the overall line. Since ancient times, China has emphasized physical beauty by sticking to the body as much as possible. If Japan was aiming for rectangular, monotonous, and neat geometry, Korea is big on the contrary. In particular, he aimed for a rich beauty by using a huge laundry garment. The man also sought the voluminous beauty of his lower body to the extent that he was shocked by the fact that the one pair of Joseon's pants can make two of Chung's pants. Since the Silla dynasty, some people have been using their bottoms as their identity, whether they're tough, for more than the 1,000 years. Like this, Hammock has very long history, so now I will talk about the like a widespread style of the skirt. In other words, if China, Japan, and other East Asian countries take the form of the rectangular and Joseon takes the form of the what do I say this square. The silhouette of a widespread skirt like a sack is at least established at the end of Joseon dynasty. From the time to Korea, people were close until the early Three Kingdoms period to the Joseon dynasty. Hanbok was designed to emphasize the hips with its waistline exposed regardless of gender. In particular, hanboks during the Joseon dynasty, in contrast to common perceptions, have gradually changed from early Joseon dynasty to the form of revealing one figure as the time goes by. Hanbok, which we commonly know about, was popular at the end of the Joseon dynasty, but it was raised to the armpits of the chest by omitting the chest curves and making the style longer from the waist. This is also slightly related to the liberation of women at the end of the Joseon dynasty, and the breast cover and the horse skirt were tightened for now. If you look at the function, it's more like a breast piece. When a corset tightens its waist, it tightens from chest to waist. This interferes with the secondary sex characteristics of girls, and in modern time, fusion clothes which maintain chest covers like this, chest covers and skirt are put around the chest, making the chest part not tighten. Until the mid-Joseon period, jagori was as the longest men's and hanbok skirts were worn around the waist according to the structure of the human body. If the skirt is roughly hid from the waist, it does not go down at least, but the coat became shorter. And now the breast piece and horse skirts were formed, so if you don't tighten it, the skirt will come off as it will come off. The skirt, which had been like a popular since the end of the year, was equipped with the safety device called a shoulder strap on the skirt, so the woman could run freely while maintaining a short skirt. So now I will tell you about now how the modern times the hanboks are being used and how they were the hanbok. Strangely enough, the hanbok, which is made in modern times, recognized by the general public, is a form in which the majority of people skip the dividing line between the upper and lower sections and skirt goes up to the armpits like this one. You can see this pink one, this vest one, and this jagori-like things. Section is, and in real life, the most common opportunity to experience this type of improved hanbok is a wedding hall. In modern wedding centers on the convention center, it's generally observed that the mothers of the bride and groom wear hanbok, which is sometimes referred to as the improved skirt in form of a running horse. This design is attractive enough, and some young hanbok designers say the design is like a sack, while others highly appreciate the richness of the skirt and the moderation of hanbok. Still, hanbok dresses and hanbok dresses are being made using these long skirts, and as the skirts of living and improved hanbok, which have been being made in the 2010s, are getting shorter and longer like this one, the length of the coat is getting longer. It would be better to consider them as a factor that adds diversity to modern hanbok design rather than criticizing them. Like this, hanbok has been changing for comprehensions and other things. So when you have a chance to wear hanbok in Korea, I would like to recommend to wear hanbok because now hanbok is being more comfortable and being more pretty and preferring the beauty too. Thank you for listening to my UCC.